What up, vets? How we doing? Happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day. All my vets out there. Get it in. Get it in, veterans. Get it in. It's lunchtime somewhere. If you're a vet and haven't had your free breakfast yet, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting for? Get to Denny's, Golden Corral, any place that serves breakfast, you get in there. Go get your breakfast. But now it's lunchtime. Where my vets going for lunchtime? Where my vets at? Where my vets at, huh? What branch of service did you serve? Army, Air Force, Marines, Navy. We even recognizing the Coast Guard people. What branch did you serve in on this great day of it being 11/11/21? Special edition of the show. Montez at midday. Navy man in the building. Why did you join the military, by the way? Why did you join? Were you forced to join? Meaning you got in trouble with the law? I mean, there's no knock on that. They gave you an option jail or serve your country. How many of you went in due to the family bloodline? Your dad went in, your grandpa, your grandma, your aunt, your uncle, your favorite cousin. Why did you join the military? Was it a military movie that inspired you to go? To tell you, the movie that got me was Taps with George C. Scott and Timothy Hutton. I remember that movie like it was yesterday. I went and saw it at the High Point movie theater. My uncle William and my aunt Anna took me to see this movie. Movie changed my life, changed my life, changed my life to the point where I forged my dad's signature to get into the magnet school program that was offered, and I ended up going to Pruitt Military Academy. Shout out. Yeah, I forged the old man's signature. I think he may be just now finding out today. But I'm curious, why did you join the military? I'm curious. Why did you join the military? Inquiring minds want to know. I'm always talking to people about why is this your sports team and things of that nature, but why did you join the military? Why did you join? If you don't mind participating, I think that'd be pretty cool. Why did you join the military? What's up? What's up? What we got in here right now? What's going on, Miss Brenda? What's going on? I saw y'all trip out in Vegas, girl. I saw that. That was nice. That was nice. That was nice. Oh, thank you. I'd do it. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. The Navy was the best decision ever. But I'm curious to the listening audience, why did you join the military? What branch were you in? What branch were you in? Again, I was in the Navy. As a joke, my whole boot camp class, we all signed out. Hawaii is a joke and laughter between us all. And three of us got it. And it was pretty cool. I ended up being stationed in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. So if you went to Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, and you visited the Arizona Memorial between 19 November of 89 till January 92, you went to the Arizona Memorial, you saw a brother, 7 times out of 10, it was me. And it was a job I had such enjoyment out of. I mean, did you ever, when you got in the military, did you see yourself doing that job? I think between the age of 17 and 21 years old, servicemen and women across the board, age 17 to 21, have more responsibility than life itself. Between ages 17 and 21, you are given so much responsibility. You forget about how bad of a person you were in high school, how good of an athlete you were in high school, how bad you want to leave your hometown, how much you miss your hometown, how you didn't get any women in high school to now you had all the women all the time. None of that matters. The job that you did in the military between the ages 17 and 21, if you sit back and think about it, what you were responsible for at that time, it will probably sit back and amaze you because you don't think about it when you're going through it at that moment. It's like when you're in the military, age 17 and 21, you don't really get the gist of Veterans Day. You get the gist of Veterans Day as you're getting older and you appreciate what you did in the military and then the people you came across in the military. Because everybody that served in the military ran across some older person that wanted to give you the breakdown on how to survive in the military, the do's and don'ts. Because you 9 out of 10, you ran across somebody just like you, stubborn, um, narcissist, cocky, good athlete, a know-it-all, not too sure of himself, from a small town, from a big city, don't want to learn nothing. You only know one way. You meet all those different types of characteristics, I think, within the first year that you're in the military. And it shocks and amazes you on how you handle it. I can't compare it to a whole lot of things, but the experiences you go through from day one of getting in the military to 2 years in, you learn a whole lot of shit. You think you are so knowledgeable after 2 years of service. I don't care what branch you're in, you learn a whole lot. And then when you sit back and think about the process of them getting the information to you, you're like, wait a minute. I had to learn that to understand this, to do this better. That's how they break it down to you. It's kind of wild when you think about it after you go through it, because when you're going through it, you don't understand the lesson that's being taught or the lesson you're about to learn until you get done with the project or the lesson itself. Because what blew my mind, I went to quartermaster school, basically teach you the rules and roads of dealing with boats on the ocean in an open water, and that was fascinating to me. That blew my damn mind. I mean, not the fact that I was the youngest person in the class, but just all the knowledge they were giving you just to do a job to drive the boat back and forth from the Arizona Memorial Visitor Center to the Arizona Memorial. It was just wild and fascinating. I'm just curious on this Veterans Day, what branch of service did you guys serve in? What branch of service did you serve in? I can't believe that I know a lot of Army people, unbeknown to me. My dad served in the Army, and a few of my uncles did as well. And I did not choose the path of the Army, even though the movie Taps was Army inspired about a military school and a hostile takeover. Great movie. Check it out if you get a chance to. But there's also been some other great military movies out there. Full Metal Jacket, Private Pile, Private Joker. Why is Private Pile in my latrine with a fully loaded magazine? Great movie. 84 Charlie Mopic. Yes. Top Gun. Oh my goodness. Oh my. The Great Santini. Believe it or not, it is a military movie because he was taught that way and brought it on home. And of course, Lawrence Fishburne's first movie and Robert Duvall, Apocalypse Now. The greatest line in a movie. Oh, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Oh, love that movie. Love it. Pearl Harbor. It's okay, but they put that little love story in there. But there's been some great military movies out there. Robert Downey Jr. and Cuba Gooding. Cookie, give me your 13, Cookie. Cookie, give me your 13, Cookie. You get all that. But that military lifestyle, television shows have tried to give it back to us, movies, but nothing can capture it than the actual experience and documentaries about the time that you were in. You lean in closer to the TV. You tell people to be quiet. You turn up the TV even more. You want it to get clearer and sharper because now they're speaking your language. You're like, oh man, now this is it right here. This is what a madness started. But that's not the only thing, not just the jobs, not just the beautiful uniforms and the places you get to go and visit. It's the stories that go along with it while you're in the military. It's the stories that go along with that. It really does. It really does. What's up, good people? Who we got in here? What's up, Veronica? What's going on? How you doing? But it's the stories that go along when you serve in the military. I mean, the places that you went to, the people that you met, the things you did. People that went to the Philippines for the very first time, Japan and Australia. I'm talking to the people of color that went to these places for the first time, and they telling you these stories. It's like a movie reel playing in your head. And then you have the sports side of the military, and that's when it gets interesting. That's why people that watch the Army Navy football game yell at the TV so much because we miss that sportsmanship, that military camaraderie, getting out there battling on the field or the court. And we played it all in Pearl Harbor. And then when the ships would come in, you'd play a game of flag football against one of the ships in there, through a tournament for softball, basketball tournaments, whatever it may be, we got the competition down pat. And there was nothing like your top officials, the captain of the base, the lieutenant commander, your bosses coming to the sporting events, rooting you on, to be another branch of the military. There was nothing like playing the Marine Corps in a softball game. Nothing like playing the Air Force in a softball game. There was nothing like it. And then the ships would come in the port and they'd throw a good tournament. There's some ballers on them ships. They've been out to sea, but built up strength in them. But that was so much fun getting together, playing sports, talking trash, drinking beers, reminiscing about the days of yesteryear, being in high school, what we did in high school, the women back home, our family, and kids if you had them at that time. Not too many people at that time had a bunch of kids between ages 17 and 20 in the military at that time. They wasn't allowing all that. We wasn't raising your damn kids. We building soldiers up in here. That's how it was. And then the other fascinating thing that I loved about being in the military, when you got off work, it's your downtime. You got time to hang out with the crew, people you work with or lived in your building or your dorm, or people that you just bonded with, from going to the laundromat or to the phone center or to the gym. Yeah, I said phone center. We used to have to go to the phone center. You buy a block to talk on the phone for so many minutes or hours. It was a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Playing spades and dominoes. Playing spades and dominoes in the military was just, I'm telling you, the Midwest and the South get together. It's going to be some barking. It's going to be some high fiving and chest bumping. We bring that East Coast in there. We're going to be talking about each other, mama. The West Coast get in here. We're going to definitely get that music popping. But it was bringing that all together, playing spades, bonding, military lifestyle. It was nothing like it. Getting off work in the military was just something else. And you off the next 2 or 3 days, and then some people will work 7 days on and get 7 days off. You heard me correctly. 7 days on, 7 days off. Can you imagine in your civilian life having a military schedule? Oh man. Wouldn't work get done? I think work would get done if more jobs and more companies live by the military scheduling lifestyle. Makes you more productive. You know what you got to do. You know when it needs to be done. That was the beauty of it. It was like nobody had to tell you what to do. You knew how to do it after the first day. You didn't know nobody looking over your shoulder, following you around all day. Here you go. Here you go. Well, I'm supposed to take this boat up by myself today? Well, you've had training and you've been to school. You've passed both. So here are the keys. Go. It was wild. It was fascinating. But it was a learning experience. And then here comes the best picture of them all. You get to go home on vacation. You done been to boot camp. You done been to your job site where you're going to be working the next 2 to 4 years. Now you decide to go home. Everybody's proud of Pookie. Look Todd from down the street. Everybody's smiling, looking. He's such a nice young man. Deborah and Dorothy home from boot camp as well. In their uniform, looking all shiny and bright and successful and ready to take on the world tomorrow. Oh man, those were the days. How excited everybody was to see you when you came home. And then you get back to where you're going to be stationed the next 2 to 4 years. And everybody wants to hear what happened when you went back home. How your girl look, man? Then you have some people that didn't go home too often. If you were already stationed in paradise, what am I going home for? I'm already in Hawaii. Why would I go back to the Midwest? For what? Grandma's cooking. You got to go home for that. No, that's one thing in the military. I guarantee you a lot of people miss that home cooking. There's nothing like home cooking. Nothing in America. There's nothing like it in America. But what branch did you serve in on this great, amazing Veterans Day? Again, this is a special edition of Montez at midday. Thought I'd get on here and say a few words for the great men and women that have served. My man Albert Thomas in the building. What up, AT? What's going on, my man? Bulldogs all over the place. A few Bulldogs that joined the military as well, I found out years later because I joined right after high school with my best friend T Mac. We went in under the buddy system. So, and here's the crazy thing: when in '89, I still speak to about 30 to 65 people from my time being in the military to this day now. Usually before the COVID situation and before the masking situation, before we all opened our eyes and really paid attention to what's going on around us, there was a lot of things that went on during Veterans Day that, I don't get a chance to do anymore. Since I don't drive anymore, the parade, Veterans Memorial, hitting Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts, as well as Denny's, all before 7 a.m. True story. And then you get your lunch together. Where are you going for lunch? We're going to Chili's, Outback, Golden Corral, uh, Applebee's. Where are we going for lunch? See, all this needs to be mapped out where we're going for lunch. And then we can take a midday lunch, a whole brunch they call it. We can take one of those about 2 o'clock, between 2 and 3. We'll have a little appetizer somewhere, like Chili's. Then at 5 or 6 o'clock, we can do it all again, go somewhere for dinner. And then at 8 o'clock, we can go hit it again and get a to-go box. That way we get all our Veterans Day in. Pass that list around. We understand it's a specified select menu, but there's still some good eating on there for my vets out there. But again, it is Veterans Day here on Montez at midday. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah. No sports today. We're just doing vet talk. What my vet said. Where you at? We doing vet talk. We'll talk about sports tomorrow. But today, it's all military, all sports, all the time. I tell you some other great women. The what's the place called at the airport? Oh man, they feed you good. They take care of the vets when they're flying. The food is phenomenal. They have a wing out there at Lambert Airport. What is the place I'm calling? I'm thinking of the VS, the VSOS. Uh, what's the name of that place? Uh, I used to love stopping by there on the way to St. Louis and back to Hawaii. But yeah, the jobs that people had in the military was impressive too as well. The things that people did in the military as their job. Was you do what for the military? You do what for the Army? You do what for the Air Force? You do what for the Marine Corps? Wait a minute, you get paid from the Navy, but you're in the Air Force, and you get paid to stay in the hotel by the Air Force, but you're in the Air Force, you get Air Force base pay. Yeah, there were people out there like that. They got paid by different branches. I thought that was fascinating. If you're serving one branch, but another branch is paying you, and you're also getting paid by your branch. That was pretty damn impressive. That's what I call the people on the intelligence pole of the military process. But the military definitely was fun. It had its great times. It had its bad times. Anytime there was an issue and we're cool with beefing with each other. The different branches of the same branch. We're fine arguing and shooting shit back and forth with each other. But the moment a civilian tries to come in, the situation between the two prospective branches arguing with each other, it turns into a melee. It turns into we about to tear the club up. It turns into a meeting with the captain of the base the next morning, want to know what the hell happened at that bar. Want to know what happened. I mean, for a minute, it became like a thing you had to fight in a club. It was like a thing. It was like an initiation. You had to be a part. I cannot explain it. It's like you had to go to Freaknik. I cannot explain it. But you had to throw them hands in the military. You had to. It was just something to pop off. You better be fighting. You better be fighting. Then you go back to your dorm, parking lot, somebody's room, and now we're gonna reenact the whole moment. Man, you knocked out that some bitch. Where you get the chair from? At the same time, this one 40 ounces was 99 cents. 99 cents from the Coast Guard base. So that just lets you know the budget was not an issue. The budget was not an issue. The only thing I did not like about being in the military, the only thing I did not like, I didn't like the fact that everybody knows you get paid. You can't bullshit around nothing. Hey, I ain't got it. When I get paid, I get to you. No, bruh. It's the third. You got paid on the first. Military get paid on the first and the 15th. You can't get around nothing. That's the only thing I didn't like about the military. That people know when you get paid. Everybody know when you get paid. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. Hey, what's up, Annie? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? God bless you too. Yeah, special edition of the show today, Montez at midday. Just talking to the vets today. It's our day, past and present. Do your thing, men and women. Thank you all. Go Navy, of course. Go Navy, go Navy, go Navy all day. But this is where we're at right now, kids. This is where we at. It's Veterans Day. Get on out there. It's lunchtime. If they want proof, show them proof. Share some stories. There's no such thing as meeting a strange military person if you served in the military. It's like when I go to the VA. It's like a it's like a meeting people you should have met years ago. Every time I go to the VA, I meet 2 to 5 people, and I have a great conversation with them all the time. Whether it's about what we did in the military, our prospective branches we served in, how old we are, and what's wrong with us. What you in here for? That's what I do. How you doing, Miss Pamela? How you doing? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Happy Veterans Day to everybody again. Happy Veterans Day. Do your part. Say hello to a vet. Hug a vet. Talk to a vet. Huh? Not all of us were touched in the head, but a majority of us are. For the main reasons. How many of you had kids in the military? I mean, that's interesting. I had my oldest daughter was born in Hawaii, the big pink hospital in the sky, Triple Army Medical. My Dre Jr. was conceived in the military, but he was born in the Cackalack, that being Charlotte. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I actually ran into my sixth grade teacher, two of them. They came to Hawaii with some teacher in church group, and I'm giving my speech about the Arizona Memorial. Get done. You got to greet the people when they get off the boat, and they both stop and say my full name. I'm like, what in the HR puff and stuff are you two doing here? I would recognize that voice anywhere, Mr. Moore. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It was things like that that really would brighten my day when I run into somebody from St. Louis visiting from Hawaii. And then the things you learn how to do in your leisure time in the military. I never would have learned how to boogie board. I never would have got into snorkeling. Never would have got into all that stuff. There's no way possible. Beach volleyball. Well, hold on. Now, beach volleyball. Look, that all was my professional career. Pardon me, softball. But yeah, I was going to be a black Karch Karai if things would have worked out. But that damn game called softball took over my body and possessed me like a child. It really did. But what up, Tamo? Tamalama Ding Dong, my little cousin in the building. Tamo Hashaw, as they call it. Harmon. Tamala Hishaw Harmon. I love that hyphen in there. I was going to hyphenate my name. I was going to do that. But it's Veterans Day. If you work in the restaurant industry, I want you to wink at a vet today. Just wink at him. Appreciate you. It goes a long way, believe it or not. It goes a long way. The older you get, you see the appreciation value a little bit more. When you're young, you're what they call a young whippersnapper. You're still wet behind the ears. Boy, you don't know nothing. But when you get older, you get to that head nod fact. You turn around real slow and you recognize it. Okay, there we go. There we go. The Veterans Day. Oh, man. We've already hit Krispy Kreme and Denny's. And all, I also cook my own Veterans Day breakfast too as well. I'm getting it in right now. We're digesting our food. We're going to hit up lunch somewhere, of course. Got to do that. Got to get out and see the people, of the people, by the people. Got to get out there with the people, huh? You got to get out there with the people. If I was still able to drive, I would decorate the golf cart today. But vets all over the place. Just give free rides to all vets today. Veterans only. We going to eat. Where y'all going? We going to eat. How many going? We gonna get 25 people on this golf cart. Let's go. Let's go. Where we going? Wherever the golf cart wants to take us. But vision circumstances, we can't drive anymore. But that's stopped the point that I'm not gonna get out there today and get my eat on today. And we got football tonight. So we got football on Veterans Day. Hello, America. Is this thing on? All my Navy people at Navy colors. The colors are white to show the world that we can fight. Navy colors. The colors are blue to show the world what we can do. Oh man, the cadence of the military. Oh, I guarantee you somebody over the age of 30, when nobody's around, when they're doing their laundry, I guarantee you they're doing some type of a cadence call they did in the military. I can't be the only one that still does it. Because I still use my sea bag as my laundry basket when I used to walk to the laundromat. But now that I have a laundry in the building, there's no need for that anymore. But there's somebody that still does that out there. There's something you're still doing today, even though you're out of the military. What are you still doing? I still fold my clothes with that military style to it. I can get probably, I can get a lot of clothing in a small area due to the folding technique that we were taught in the military. But some people still do that. How many people make their bed, put them corners on there, make that sheet tight, pop that quad on there, pow, catch it in your hand. Your kid's gonna say, "Wow, how you do that, Daddy? Mama, how you do that?" Oh man, if you got a tag in your clothing, you didn't serve in the military. We rip those tags out. You don't wear new clothing. You do what, kids? You wash it first. I still do that. You got to wash new clothing. Rip all tags out. Way before Michael Jordan took the tags out of the drawers, we had to rip them tags out. Rip them tags out. Rip them out. Don't need no tags. The things you still do today when you in the military. Oh, buddy. Oh, I think I still drink the same way. I think a little bit. Now, they toughen me up in the military. They toughen you up. They toughen you up in the military on that. The parties in the military as well. They will have a party for any damn thing. Parties in the military like Belleville, Illinois, they have a parade for any damn thing. Anything. In the military, if you work with a very diverse group and in a large department, there's going to be a party every Friday. There's going to be a party every Friday. And parties in the military mean what, kids? You get off work early. Get off work. And getting off work early in the military is not like in the civilian world. When you get out work in the military early, that means you hanging out with the big boss. You go home when he tell you you can go home. That's a different propaganda right there. That's a different agenda, as the kids say. They go to day baseball games, but that military life is just something, man. It is just something. I used to love Monday mornings going to work in the military because everybody that went out Sunday is feeling that in the morning. Everybody's quiet on the boat ride to work. Yes, I caught a boat to work every morning. Yeah, yeah. You on the water swashing all around. You've been up all night drinking and shit. Because I live close to this strip club on Sunday nights. Let me tell you how old school this strip club was. It was on Nimitz Highway. On Sunday nights, it was amateur photo night. You got to bring your camera in and take photos on oil wrestling night. I'm going to say this one more time. There was a strip club close to where I live at on Sunday nights. It was amateur photo night. So you can bring your camera and take as many pictures as you want. And it was oil wrestling night. So one night, I went with my roommate, and this guy was like a professional photographer. Like he had the different lenses, he had the look. He had the creeper look from the 80s, from silk stockings and shit. He was like that. Boom, boom. This guy was taking anywhere from 300 to 500 photos every Sunday and getting them done in black and white, print them out in black and white. So it became like a Sunday thing for me. And of course, it led to getting back to the barracks between 3 and 4:30 in the morning. You got to be at work at 6. You got to be on that boat at 5:25. So Mondays were rough. Mondays were rough. It became a thing, a trend where my buddy had a car because not too many people had a car in Hawaii. You can get around the island on a moped or catch the three buses at that time that went around the island. But anyway, it became a thing, JIC, just in case. You keep a freshly dry clean work uniform and dress uniform in a vehicle at all times because you never know where you're going to end up at and you're trying to get back to the base. And that came in handy a whole lot. Shout out to my Pearl Harbor crew, too. My man Herb Jones, Reggie Miller, uh, Monica, Solo, Vinyard, Filmo, Jeff, spelled with a G. That's the first Jeff I ever met named spelled with a G. Geoff. First time I ever met a black guy named Jeff spelled with a G. That tripped me out. Brian as well. Who else am I missing right there? Who else? Ike, Adrena, Nisi from Pittsburgh. Uh, uh, my man from Louisville. Oh, man. He was from Louisville, Mississippi, same place my best friend from. Oh, what was that dude name? He drove a sports car. I'd never seen a sports car like that before. It was Hawaii was strange and fun, a lot of fun, but the military was fun and experience for everybody. But it is Veterans Day, people. Get out there, enjoy your Veterans Day. Call a vet today. Thank a vet. Hug a vet. And you know what? Sleep with a vet today, too. You know, it is Veterans Day. Do your part, men and women. Do your part. Sleep with a vet today. Do it. And don't tell me this bullshit. Well, I do that anyway. Don't be trying to tell me you're married to a vet. That's cheating. You should do that anyway. But if you're not, if you're single and you out there, get out there and bond with a vet today. Do that. I'm encouraging. If you can swipe left and right, you can swipe V for a veteran. That. We just came up with an idea. We right there, just came up with an idea that fast. Veterans Day here, everywhere. There's opportunities to share your story, your photos, whether it's yours or a family member, a past one, someone currently serving right now. Let them know you appreciate it. Let them know. Dad, thank you again for serving. All my family members, cousins, all the people that chose to go in the Navy, thank you. Everyone that served their respective branches, again, thank you as well. We got some more folks on here chiming in. They starting to chime in. What's up, good people? All right, all right. You know it, you know it. The high school love on here, family love, softball people kicking in, former people I served with. What? Hello. We getting it in here, good people. Proud of you and thank you again. Well, I just want to get out here and say hello. Give a little shout out to all my vets out there. Navy in the building. Navy in the building. In the building. Shout out to Pruitt Military Academy. Thank you, Dad, for letting me forge your signature and never being punished for it. And shout out to ROTC, the place I went to before Sumner High School. So there it all came back full circle. Again, why did you join the military? Following someone's footsteps in your
Again, why did you
family?
join the military?
Or were you just to the
You
point where
following someone's footsteps in your
fuck
family?
this? I'm going to do this thing. I'm going in the military. Did you go in just because of the uniform? You always hear about them women always telling them, I love a man in uniform. The military got you covered on uniform to make you look sharp. Huh? Square it tight, huh? Square it up. Square it away, Joe. The way people look at you when you're just sharp in that military uniform. Just sharp. Everybody looking at you. Look at me, look at me, look at me. That's how they did it. That's how they did it. But again, I joined due to the fact I saw the movie Taps. Changed my life. Game changer. And then when I went to Sumner High School, met someone that had the same interest in me, and he joined the military over the summer. And I said, "What'd you do over the summer?" He said, "I joined the Navy." What? You can't go without me. So I joined with him, the buddy system, and we're still friends to this day. Can't believe we've been friends that damn long. How many years now? Let me see. Carried a two. Let me see. I'm 51. 34 years I've been friends with this moron. 34 years. That's a long time. A lot of marriages. You know, I wonder would I would have been married this many times if I wouldn't have went into the military. Hmm. I wonder that sometimes. What would Dre have done without the Navy? That's 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 a question I want all military people to answer. If you wouldn't have went in the military, what you think you would have done? What you think you would have done? I'm just bringing it out there. Just for listening pleasure out there. Just what you would have done if you wouldn't have went in the military. Now, if you say some shit, well, I would have went to prison. I don't want to hear that. No, I don't think you would have went that way. No, 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 no. That's too easy. That's too easy. But really, what you would have done if you would have decided not to go in the military right away? How would that have worked out for you if you would have went that way with it? Just curious to see. They always do it in the movies. We gonna do it now. What you would have done? I don't know. I mean, because I've been working since I was 12. I lied about my age, to have a job, buy me some brews and some chucks. But without the military, I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. But I'm glad I went in. No regrets. No regrets at all. No regrets. I wish I would have went in the 70s. They had special opportunities back then. We didn't have. But it was still fun. The travel, the people, the friendships, the experiences, the lessons learned, things never forgotten, things you can never talk about again. We all have something we will never discuss again that happened in the military, whether we saw it or part of it. There's nothing illegal or nothing like that. It's just some things we ain't gonna talk about. We ain't talking about that shit. No, I ain't doing it. No. And then they knew this. The other thing, when you're stationed in a place where it's predominantly military, they look forward to you coming out on the weekends. They look forward to you coming out on the weekend. And in Hawaii, a touristy island, you can understand the window of opportunity that was there. And when you see 4,500 people a day at your job, you're gonna meet a friend or two. You're gonna say hello to some people. You know, I think that's why I never met a stranger. I'm never afraid to say hello. I'm never afraid to start a conversation. I don't believe in. I'm not going in there. I'm going in there. Hey, how you doing? I speak to everybody like I've been doing them 5 years or 6 months. Either way, whichever comes first, whichever one comes first. But the military was a hell of an experience. But it is Veterans Day. Get your fruit drink on today. Get your smoothie in today. Get that food in you today. Let's go eat. Mama, mama, can't you see? Mama, mama, can't you see what the Navy's done to me? What the Navy's done to me. I used to wear those fashion jeans. I used to wear them fashion jeans. Now I'm in my dungarees. Now I'm in my dungarees. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh man, that'll never leave my soul. In the numbers. Counting never sounds so good in my life. The numbers one, two, three, and four never sound so good until you get a group marching and they all counting together. One, two, three, four, you wanna get who? One, two, three, four, one and you who? Three, four, you wanna get who? One, two, three, four, one, two, three, four, well, well, well. One yahoo, yada yada, 1, 2, yada yada. Cadence, cadence. Fun times, fun times right there. Fun times right there. Well, military folk, my time is up again. I just want to go ahead and say a few words and say hello. Do my part on this Veterans Day against a special edition of the show, Montez at midday. We normally don't do nothing on Thursday unless I really want to get something out here to the people, by the people, for the people, of the people. But we'll be back Friday, tomorrow, Fist Pump Friday. Giving you sports and crazy thoughts on the weekend in my head, Montez. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. But today, I just want to get on here and say hello and thank you all again. All my vets out there, all my vets, all my vets. Let's go. Let's today V-Day. Let's go. Let's go get it. Go get them restaurants. Let's heat it up. What up, my cuz Zach? My cuzzo. My cuzzo. My cousin. I'm gonna come up there to Naptown. I'm coming in that club, man. I'm coming in with my leather on, with my shades on, my lean back like I got a chest. I'm gonna just point. I'm with Zach. I'm with Zach. They're gonna let me in the club, cuz they're gonna let me in, cuz they're gonna let me. I'm gonna come up there and roll with my cuz. I'm getting on the sidecar on the bike. I'm not getting on the bike. I'm getting on the sidecar. I want to be in the sidecar bad. That's what I want to do. Let me ride in the sidecar of a bike. I got you all day. Got you. Well, folks, we're out of here. There's my time. It's the end of the show. Again, happy Veterans Day. Enjoy. Enjoy. Enjoy this day. Enjoy the opportunity to know a vet and talk to a vet and touch a vet. Again, if you can sleep with a vet today, do it. Put out to a vet today. Do your part. Do your part. I'm not just talking about the old guys either, and the old women. Got them young folks too. They need a little help too. We helping everybody. Equal opportunity for all. So, oh man. Oh man. All right, guys. Thanks again. I appreciate it.